Welcome to my video series, Indicted and Facing Prison, Now What? My name is Marc Blatstein, and I know firsthand how surreal and overwhelming this experience can be. I too had a felony conviction in 2006, and I'm grateful that with the support of colleagues in 2010, I was able to get my medical license reinstated in full. That's why I'm here today to provide you with crucial information every day, because with knowledge and preparation, that helps build back confidence so that you can navigate these challenging times, hopefully successfully. Department of Justice and FBI have been asking questions, and once this comes to your attention, their case against you is mostly complete. Everything after this is mostly a formality, as they have a 98% conviction rate. However, knowledge is power, and I'm sharing that with you today and through this series because delaying your next step is at your peril and may have serious consequences. So, what is the next step? Your future is at stake, which is why it's critical to hire a legal team with a proven track record of successfully defending cases like yours. Don't just settle for experience. You want to choose a team that where you feel you have a good fit and that you have confidence in them. This will allow you to work with them successfully to provide you with the best possible outcome. Making the right choices today will allow you to move forward with confidence tomorrow. Should you have any questions, please do not hesitate to call and consider engaging my services at 240-888-7778. This is your life, your future. So how to do this? Probation officers are overworked, have no time, and have many cases being thrown at them at one time. They are a neutral party representing the court. Of course, there's a caveat here. They're neutral until whoever gets to them first regarding your case, be it the prosecutor or your attorney. And so if it's a prosecutor and they get to the probation officer before your attorney has time to feel them out and introduce you and them, all of you together, the prosecutor may develop a preconceived idea about you. It just may not be favorable. So it's pretty important for your attorney to reach out to the prosecutor as soon as possible and introduce themselves, state their case or your case to the probation officer, and then get some information from them too. When is it convenient for them to do the pre-sentence interview? Hopefully you have 3 months, at least 90 days from the guilty verdict to when you have to do the interview itself. The attorney should ask them, although your attorney likely will have all this information anyway, but ask them, what information do they need in particular? What do they want copies of? Then your attorney is going to ask them and learn what is the final date for their official pre-sentence report dictation, because that begins to give your law firm and your defense a timeline as to how quickly or how much time you have. Then your goal is to prepare all the information because your attorney has done the legal work, but understanding the nuances of probation and what they need to hear, what the judge needs to hear, and what goes on in prison, it's probably not taught in law school. So your goal is to get all the information that they need. And I have other YouTubes that go into this in detail, but organized, early, comprehensive, and accurate. In addition, you seriously should consider writing a well-written personal narrative, which is your story, your autobiography. A release plan should be included. While you believe it's premature, believe me, the judge is going to ask you what's your plan, then not come back to their courtroom. And so all of this also I go into in other YouTubes. And lastly, your allocution. You may be able to get that also included into the pre-sentence report, but all of this should be provided, all this information organized, early, comprehensive, accurate, no spelling errors, provided to the probation officer 1 to 2 weeks before you have your actual interview. And the reason is because they're busy, as I said. And so they will then have the time at their leisure to fill out their probation report worksheet. And all your information should cover everything that they're looking for. It should already be in your personal narrative. So why the personal narrative? Well, right now, that's your story, your autobiography. But the Department of Justice has already given you a gift and written your story or your autobiography for you. And they've released it at no charge to you on the World Wide Web through your indictment. So I'm pretty confident that it doesn't look flattering, which is why you want to have your narrative included in your pre-sentence report, which means getting it to the probation officer early. You want to have character reference letters that are reference letters about your character. If someone is willing to write you a character letter and give you a job after you're released, then that's a killer letter. In complicated cases, the probation officer will appreciate your attorney meeting with them to try and go through the nuances of the sentencing guidelines and what happened in the case. This is all very important. Then when you get the unofficial pre-sentence report back, you want to review it for accuracies. But you want to essentially you want to make the probation officer your advocate, because if you give them everything organized and early, when they meet with you, they're able to be relaxed, get to know you personally, ask any remaining questions they may have, and at the end of the interview, come away thinking that you're maybe not such a bad person, and pass on that recommendation to the judge, which also will include the sentencing. Maybe it's below the guidelines, maybe above the guidelines, but you want to put your best foot forward. To engage my services or have your concerns answered, call me today at 240-888-7778. This is my cell phone, and I personally answer and return all calls. You can get additional information through my website at PPRSUS.com. That's P as in Paul, P as in Paul, R as in Robert, S as in Sam, US.com. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you all have a great day.